What is up, everyone? Welcome back. My name is Matt, and today we're just going to be talking about not forgetting to have fun with your photography, with your videography, and enjoying this absolutely beautiful place that I am in right now. You can't really see, but it's gorgeous. Promise me. Roll that intro. Location. I've never actually been here before. It's called Mormon Ravine. This is Mormon Bridge that I'm under right now. And it's actually not too far from my house. It's, I think, a couple miles, maybe, like a 20-minute drive. I had to hike out here. It's probably like an hour hike. It wasn't even that bad. I thought it was going to be way longer and it being way shorter than I thought it was going to be. More time for this stuff. But today I wanted to talk about a couple things, but the most important thing, and the thing that is going to be centered on this video, is making sure to have fun with your photography and just having fun creating things. Now, I know for myself, I sometimes forget that I started this not because I wanted to make money at it, or I wanted to be super famous from it. I just did it because it was fun. And it was finally the first thing that I was good at that was like a creative art thing. I can't draw, I can't paint, I can't really do any of that stuff. But then I picked up photography and it was kind of like, oh, this makes 100% sense to me. I can do it pretty well, and I'm constantly growing and evolving with it far better than I was the other artistic forms. So I got into this because it was fun, and it was something that I could easily do that allowed me to be creative. I didn't do it because it was easy, I did it because it was just a really fun thing to do. Always make sure to tell people that at the store, when they buy something, when they rent something, I always tell them, have fun. Whatever you're shooting, whatever you're doing, have fun. Even if you're just picking up the camera for someone, have fun. Just make sure you're having fun. Do a self-check on yourself. You know, if you're doing something and you're like, what am I doing this for? This isn't fun. Like, if I'm not gonna have fun, I might as well just do another career, you know? You didn't get into photography or videography or whatever creative platform you're doing to not have fun. So that's what we're gonna be talking about a little bit more, but kind of the things that are also gonna work into that. So I'm gonna keep hiking a little bit, see what else I find, and I'll see you guys in a bit. We're now saying goodbye to the very pretty waterfall area, and we're moving on to the next location. What I want to talk about was buying gear, buying more gear does not make you a better photographer, does not make it any easier to be a photographer, and it doesn't make it more fun. It's more shit you have to carry around. And that's the other point I wanted to say about making it fun and making it easy for yourself, is that what I found is simplicity and the ease of getting to my gear and using my gear as much as possible makes it a more fun experience and makes it much easier to do what I want to do. So I've actually ditched using my Joby now. I don't even take it anymore. This is all just me hand holding it. I have the stabilization on, and it's easier. It's much easier. I just pull out my camera. I have a mic. I have the mic in a really easy area to get to in my bag. Throw it on there, turn it on, and I start recording. Anything that makes my job and my life a lot easier for this is much better. So don't just buy things and get things just because you think it's going to make your life easier, make you a better photographer. There are certain things that are going to help. Like when I started doing video more, I made sure that I got a microphone, I made sure that I got an audio recorder, I made sure that I got a zoom lens, ND filters. I bought stuff, but I knew that it was stuff that I was going to use at least right away. It wasn't like I was using it. God, look at this water bottle right now. It's crazy. But it wasn't like I bought it because I thought I was going to use it. I bought it because I knew I was going to use it. And that's the difference. So, tip 2 to making sure you have fun with your photography and whatever you're creating don't just buy things because someone told you it's gonna make you better. Buy it because you know you need it. That's pretty much it. Another thing that isn't gonna help you have any more fun or be any more creative is buying or getting the newest, latest gear. Just because something's newer doesn't mean it's 100% better, and just because something's older doesn't mean it's worse. It's just whatever works for you best. Maybe that is buying the new something or whatever came out, lens, camera, microphone, whatever it is, because you feel like it's gonna help you, but don't just bet that every single time something new comes out, it's gonna make you better. It's gonna make you have more fun with your photography. So don't get so hung up on buying new gear all the time. I know the last few years, 2018 and now 2019, there's been a bunch of gear coming out from all different companies trying to one-up each other, make the best camera, and working at the store, have people coming in saying, you know, I just bought this camera 2 years ago and this just came out, you know, should I get the new one? And it's like, no. If what you have works for you, just hold on to it. If you're still having fun with what you're shooting with, there's no reason to switch. You know, it's not a gear race. It's not who has the newest and the latest and the best. As long as you're having fun with what you're shooting with, there's really no reason to upgrade. As long as you realize that and know that your photography isn't governed by whether you have the newest or the latest gear, then you're fine. Then you're gonna be having fun, you're gonna be doing good, everything's gonna be great. So, tip 3, don't worry about if your gear is older or newer, because it doesn't really matter as long as what you shoot with is getting you what you want and you're having fun with it. So that's tip number 3. And on so I can not be so white for like 10 seconds. Okay. I look better? I think so. I don't know. I'm gonna try ending this video again. I already did it once. I didn't like it at all. So to finish this video off for reals this time, and I don't want this to be like a lecture for all of you, and I was like watching the playback and it seemed like a huge lecture, like you're failing as a photographer. If you're not doing these things, you're not gonna have any fun, or if you are doing these things, they're gonna be fun. It's not a lecture. These are just my tips, my opinions, and the things that I've kind of just learned as a photographer over the last few years. And I've noticed as like a beginning photographer, I fall victim to these things more than I think like a beginning or like an experienced photographer would, just because they've already been through it. So just trying to pass on some good tips. So my final point is just simplify everything and create. Stick to the story, focus on the story, simplify everything, and just create content as much as you possibly can, whenever you can. And I don't know if that has to do anything with having fun, but for me, I have more fun when I'm just shooting a lot, and then when I get to somewhere and I have the experience. Those birds scared the shit out of me. Anyways, and then when you get to like a shoot or something like that and you have the experience because you've been shooting so much, it just makes you feel better, makes you feel more confident, makes you feel like you're gonna come away with a better product. So I would just say simplify everything that you're doing, try and make it cut and dry, and just focus on your story, pretty much. Just whatever your story is, like today's story is having fun, making sure that you're having fun while you're shooting. That's all today's story was. Wasn't really anything too crazy. I just made a little video on it, but maybe your story is a full, film that takes hours or years to make, years and years to make, months and months, whatever it is. And that's your story. Stay focused on that story. Simplify everything around it and just create. Don't be scared to make things. Don't be scared to make something bad. I mean, all these videos that I'm making right now, I'm pretty sure they're bad. I'm 90% sure they're bad. And I'll look back at them and go, wow, what was I thinking? Standing or sitting in the middle of an open field with no sunblock on whatsoever and just roasting here. What was I thinking? But I'm probably gonna think that the video's bad too. Yeah, probably gonna think that. But that is pretty much it. I mean, just have fun with whatever you're doing. Don't overthink it, don't overdo it. There's so much to photography and just creating content, whatever it is, that if you get yourself so wrapped up in all the little tidbits and do I have the right gear, am I doing this right, what's this person doing, what's that person doing, you're not gonna focus on making good content. That's your prime focus, is just making sure that you're getting the right content, or getting good content, you're creating good things and doing it with what you can, with the knowledge that you have. It's not a bad thing to constantly be growing and maybe looking at someone and saying, how do they do that? But not obsessing over it to the fact where it just is distracting. So that's what I'd have to say about this. Don't distract yourself from being good at creating and being better and growing as a creator. So that's pretty much it. I think we're done. So again, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I think last video we hit over 40 views, which was awesome. You know, just getting started. I'm just kind of doing it weekly now, and hitting that many views is awesome. I'd like to see the likes go up, so like 100, no, like 50 likes, 20 likes. Shoot, 20 likes would be awesome. If I get 20 likes on this video from anyone, that would be great. That'd be much appreciated. And make sure you always leave a comment down there if you have any questions, any comments of what I'm talking about, or maybe if you disagree with me completely and you're just here to work and get things done. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Another thing you want to make sure that you're not doing when you are just trying to have fun with your photography is, final point is that, I can't remember it again. Well, I had, just have fun, don't buy stuff. Oh, okay. So my final point is, take a break. Sounds, that's good, okay. I don't know where I'm gonna stand, so I'm just gonna squat right here. That's gonna work really well, I think. Come on, focus on my face.